Hi, I'm Patrick Delahanty, the founder of AnimeCons.com, and I'm here on AnimeCons TV for the first episode of 2015 to give you the list of the 10 largest North American anime conventions of 2014. I've done this list for over a decade now, and it's always changing with different attendance numbers from different conventions, and we've seen some new conventions rise to the list, we've seen some fall off the list. And this year's no different, with some different conventions on this list, and there's one notable convention that's fallen off the list. But before we get to that, I want to explain how we're looking at the attendance numbers. These numbers are all reported by the conventions themselves. They report one of two ways. There's a paid attendance count, which is the number of people that bought a badge. And it doesn't matter if it's a 1-day or a 3-day, it's counted as one person who bought one badge. There's the warm body count, which not only counts the paid attendees, but also staff, press, guests, dealers, artists, basically anybody with a badge. So this is the number of people at your convention that have a badge. So it's not counting convention center staff or hotel staff or anything like that, unless they go out and buy a badge because they're a fan too. Another way that a lot of conventions count, particularly comic conventions and professional conventions, it's called a turnstyle attendance number, turnstyle count. And what they do there is, if somebody is attending the convention for 3 days, they count that person 3 times. If somebody has a 2-day badge, they're counted twice. If they're a 1-day badge, just once. So let's say there's a convention that reports 30,000 turnstile. That could mean that over 3 days they had 10,000 people with 3-day badges, or maybe they had 30,000 people with 1-day badges. It's impossible to tell from that kind of count. So it's not really, I mean, it's the kind of count hotels care about, because they're all about room nights and, you know, how many meals they'll sell. But for our purposes, to determine the largest convention, we're ignoring turnstile completely. We don't even report that on the AnimeCons.com or FanCons.com websites. We just look at either paid or warm body counts. Sometimes we refer to warm body as total attendance, but it really is the number of badged people. And so with that, let's get started on the list of the 10 largest conventions of 2014, looking back last year. Of course, I'm going to start at number 1 because everybody knows the largest convention still is Anime Expo. They had approximately 86,000 warm bodies. That's a lot of people. Our own Doug went there last year, and one of his complaints was too many people. And 86,000? You think of that, that's like 2 large baseball stadiums, or maybe 3 small ones. That is enormous. There's towns that don't have that many people. Actually, there's cities that don't have that many. That's crazy. So 86,000 for Anime Expo. Number 2, also no surprise, been number 2 for quite a while now, is Otakon with 33,929 paid attendees. That alone is a stadium. That's a ton of people, and that's paid attendees. So if you add on the staff and guests and everything, you're looking at, I know they had like 700 staff, so you're probably looking at another 1,000 people if you're looking at the warm bodies. Number 3 this year is Anime Central. I believe they've been number 3 for quite a few years now, and they had 29,675 warm bodies. They're based out of Chicago, and they heard great things about that convention. We had DJM report on that last year, and it's a brief report, but they had a lot of fun. Number 4, we're going to head up to Canada for Anime North. They reported 28,509 paid attendees back in 2014. They've been on our top 10 lists, I think, as long as we've been doing this, representing Canada. Now moving back into the US, we have number 5, ACON, making a surge ahead to 26,377 warm bodies. ACON's attendance has fluctuated a lot recently. There were some years where they would drop down the list, and I think this is one of the years where they're going up the list, so that's good. They must be doing something right, getting people to come back. Number 6, it seems to always be number 6 on the list, is Anime Boston. Anime Boston reported 25,493 warm bodies and 24,798 paid attendees. Anime Boston reports both numbers, so it makes it easy to compare. And full disclosure, I am on staff with that convention, but these are the official reported numbers that were posted on Twitter. Number 7 is SakuraCon in Seattle. They had approximately 22,000 paid attendees, according to their staff. And it's usually the same weekend as Anime Boston, so when you consider that, we've got like 50,000 people going to conventions on the same weekend. Number 8, we have Anime Week in Atlanta with 20,311 paid attendees. Based out of Atlanta, I've been there in 2006, great convention, and clearly they're doing stuff right too. Number 9, we've got Anime Matsuri with 19,412 warm bodies. They're in Houston, Texas, and you may have seen them on Heroes of Cosplay, so you get a little taste of the convention there. And heading back up into Canada for number 10, we've got Otakuthon with 17,661 people. And I've met the organizers from that, and it's a great convention, and I would love to check it out sometime. Now, you may have noticed a couple absences from the list. Katsucon is not on the list because I've written to them, and they were back in February of 2014. Still haven't gotten numbers from them. I wrote to them just a few days before I came to this convention here. Haven't heard back. Checked my email even before starting recording. No word from them. So if they don't report numbers, I can't put them on the list. So Katsucon, if you want to let me know, I can alter the written report on AnimeCons.com and I can get it on the website. But sorry, you missed the podcast. Make sure you get your numbers in for 2015. A lot of people in the Bay Area may also notice Fanime is not on this list. Well, not only did I not get numbers from them, which seems to happen every year, and I have to chase it down, and then I publish the list, and then they send a revision saying, oh, no, those were wrong, here's the right numbers. Well, I didn't have to worry about that this year because they're disqualified. Like I had to do back in 2008, I think it was, when New York Anime Festival combined with New York Comic Con, I had to disqualify New York Anime Festival because it was merged with another convention. Well, Fanime has merged with a steampunk event. They may not truly be one merged event, but they shared mission. And because of that, they are disqualified for this list. I can't count a convention that is also getting people from another event to have their registration all together. I mean, how do I know somebody is registering for Fanime and then going to the steampunk, or going to the steampunk and going to the numbers are crossing there, so I can't, in all fairness, count it anymore. And apparently they've been doing this for a couple of years, but this is the first year it's come to my attention that it's multiple events under one registration. So I'm sorry, Fanime, but I can't count you on this list anymore. And hopefully I'll get to actually check out the convention this year, because I'm just a couple hours away and I've been wanting to check it out. But it should be on the list. It's like 20,000-ish, but with shared registration, I'm sorry. And anyway, so that is the list of the 10 largest anime conventions of North America for 2014. Some conventions that just barely didn't make the list. YomaCon in, I believe that's Detroit, yes. Approximately 16,300 paid attendees. San Japan with 14,686 warm bodies, and MomoCon with 14,600 warm bodies. So San Japan and MomoCon are right there. San Japan's in, of course, San Antonio, and MomoCon is also in Atlanta. And yeah, Atlanta, home of one of our favorite conventions, DragonCon, which can't make the list because it's not just an anime convention. They share it with sci-fi and everything else. And but anyway, that is our list of the 10 largest anime conventions in North America from 2014. And if you have comments about this list, please call our voicemail line at 762-ADEQUATE. That's 762-233-7828. We also have voicemail no, we have email at podcast@animecons.tv, and subscribe. If you're new to our podcast for 2015, please subscribe, see every episode. We're going to do an episode every Monday, except for 4 weeks that we take off, usually Christmas. I'm going to take one off around my wedding, and Dragon Con and Anime Boston. I think, yeah, those are the 4. But yeah, every other Monday, other than those 4, we've got a new episode, so check it out. You can subscribe to us on our subscription page at animecons.tv. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us in any major podcast directory, really. And you can find us on YouTube. So please subscribe and don't miss any episodes. We've got HD, regular video, and audio, so whatever's most convenient to you. And if you want to see the written version of this report, you can find it on animecons.com.